Hey, welcome back. On this segment, we're going to talk about the Devil and Homer Simpson. Woo! Now, this episode was produced by David Merkin, who was an outsider to the show, and he came on board for seasons 5 and 6 after the original crew of the first 4 seasons left the series. That's why his years are notably different from the previous years. He brought his own take to it, which isn't bad at all because he did it much like the Looney Tunes directors such as Chuck Jones, Fritz Freeling, Bob Clampett, or Robert McKimson, what they brought to the table with the characters from the series. What he did was he brought his own brand of humor, writing, and satire to the show, which really did expand the vocabulary of the series, and it got better as a result of that. And the Halloween episodes reflect that approach. And this story in particular was based on The Devil and Daniel Webster, which itself was based off of The Devil and Tom Walker from Washington Irving, who, if you don't know, wrote Sleepy Hollow. And what I really love about this story is that it goes over the genesis of the Forbidden Donut. Forbidden Donut. I love the Forbidden Donut. I've had it myself at Universal Orlando. If you go to Springfield, they sell a big size donut topped with pink cream and sprinkles, and I've had it before for my birthday last year actually, and it tasted so good. So, I mean, that's why I love the Forbidden Donut. but I digress. Other than that, the Forbidden Donut is probably the most powerful and most consequential item in all of the Simpsons canon. It's so powerful that just one bite can destroy you. Much like how, the ring from Lord of the Rings, one ring to rule them all, that type of thing. And the way this comes about is Homer is looking for a donut, but he doesn't find one. So he makes a deal with the devil. And who would have thought that was Ned Flanders? And that's one of the key things why this episode is so good. Ned Flanders makes the most kick-ass devil, and it's perfect, and you wouldn't suspect someone like Ned being the devil. I love that choice, that was so good, and he's badass as the devil. And what's also really cool is that the animators throw in an homage to Fantasia, and it happens once when Homer angers Ned that he doesn't eat the donut. He's like, I'm smarter than the devil. I'm smarter than the devil. And then Flanders just loses and becomes Chernobog. Chernobog being the evil god from Nine on Bulb Mountain. And the animation and the character design matches the original from the film. And you could tell that the animators studied, not to mention were influenced by that film. And they even copied certain movements, like when he's, bringing up the flames and throwing it down. So well done. And another neat Easter egg is that you could actually catch just a glimpse of Ned Flanders before he disappears as Chernobog. You have to freeze frame it, but he's there, and that was a really cool reference. So if you ever see it on TV again, freeze frame it, and you'll find a small glimmer of Flanders before he disappears into the smoke. Now, how does this play out in the episode? Well, Homer does eventually eat the Forbidden Donut, and he gets sucked into hell. And it's such a cool sequence, too, because once Flanders finds out, he gets sucked into this whirlpool that's formed in the middle of the kitchen, and the background is done like a fishbowl effect, so you can see stuff going around as he is about to be sucked into hell. And that itself is also really cool. The background is painted in distortion, So we see him going down in perspective as he goes towards us and away from us down to the abyss. And hell is painted very colorful, it's very vibrant. No surprise because it's like The Raven, which both of these segments were done by David Silverman, so we see that connection here. And the design of the devils are really surreal and whimsical. They're not quite like The Simpsons, yet they somehow fit in. It kind of has like a Dr. Seuss quality to it, which is why I really like it. And the sounds and cackles that they make, I get a kick from because they're so scary but also very funny too. I love that effect. That is so awesome. And one of the funniest bits from the episode comes when Homer is sent to the Department of Ironic Punishment. And the gist is, they punish people based on what they like, only they give so much of what they like that they can't stand it anymore. And so they're thinking, since Homer likes donuts, we're going to give him a bunch of donuts to the point that he'll get sick of it. Well, this is Homer after all. So Homer actually enjoys it, and the rounder and fatter he gets, the more he wants it. And visually it is so funny just to see him keep eating those donuts as it becomes more like a ball each moment. That was, in my opinion, really funny. This all goes to the next set piece, the Jury of the Damned. And I think that was really cool because they bring out, some of the worst people in history, including Benedict Arnold and Richard Nixon. And I'm a fan of political caricatures of Nixon. Nixon is one of those figures whose image blends in with the caricature to the point that it seems that you can't tell which is real and which is caricature. That's why Nixon works so well in cartoons, and always has, from The Simpsons to Futurama. But again, I digress. One of my favorite characters shows up, Lionel Hutz, the Simpsons family attorney, and he's played by the incredible Phil Hartman, who sadly has not been around us for a long time for very tragic reasons, which I won't go into, but point being, he always steals the show. His characters, and he voiced many characters on the show, were so awesome to hear. And Lionel Hutz was one of my favorite background characters, and so was the writers too. That's why they brought him back over the years as well. And he does such a poor job convincing the jury that the Simpsons, or in this case, that Homer is not guilty. And then he actually makes the case worse for him, that he actually leaves in the bathroom. So how does Homer actually get out of this? Well, Homer actually gets out of it because of Marge's pure love for him, and this is a really great and sweet twist in a Halloween episode. Marge points out that when she married him, it in effect meant that she owned his soul because Homer gave his life to her. And, that was a really sweet moment, not just in a Halloween episode, which is non-canon, but that type of thing is canon. The love that Homer and Marge share, I thought that was really poignant and sweet. And simple too. And this convinces the jury that Homer is actually, innocent, he should be free to go. But this actually angers Ned Flanders. He's like, you should be smited upon, and then lightning strikes and Homer becomes a huge donut. And at first he likes it because he's eating himself, but of course outside the house or Police Chief Wiggum and the rest of his squad, they're waiting for Homer to leave the house so they can eat him. So that's why that story is one of my favorite Halloween stories in all of The Simpsons. And that's it for now. Tune in next time for the next story. Till then, see you later.
Forbidden donut. Silence!